Big year. Now, hold up. Before I sit there and introduce the whole panel, as y'all already know, I am, how can I put this? I'm going to just be straightforward with it. I and the rest of the panel, we apologize for being weeks behind. We're adults. Real life happens. Stuff happens. But I promise you, we will not miss an episode per week again. I promise you, you won't. But other than that, it's episode 2 of Anime Haven. You know your guy, Trippy OG. We got Raid, we got Q, we got Taz. It's about to get lit. You want to know why it's going to get lit? Because this fight in Record of Ragnarok, we've been waiting to talk about this for the longest. We are talking Adam versus Zeus. We are talking about the Greek mythical god himself versus the first man, according to us, in human civilization. Oh my goodness. I can just tell you this from my end. My boy Adam should have won that fight years ago. I don't care what nobody say. They cheated in this fight.
Yes.
I don't care if you got to fight to the death. My son was dead for like 5 minutes. That fight should have been over.
Yeah.
Yo,
I agree. I'm not gonna lie. They cheated the shit out of my son Adam. That
Like
fight
3
was
times,
so.
bro.
Yo, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Adam
That fight got
won
me
time.
so fucking tight, bro. The punches, just how the backstory, everything, bro. Like for Zeus to be able to be called the winner. Not gonna lie, that's a big ass spit in the fan's face.
Bro, that's what I said. But here's my thing, right?
Yeah.
And I ask you this. How did you feel when Adam, when his Valkyrie turned into a weapon, it became brass knuckles? When I saw that myself, I said, let's go, Adam, you from the hood. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
I was hyped. I was hyped for that. When I saw them brass knuckles touch down, I said, okay, this is about to be an old school brawl. Because a lot of the other fights, they use some kind of weapon, they dodging. Nah, you got to get up close, and you got to feel them. And I'm talking like old school brawling for real, man. And Adam was so cool, calm, and collected, bro. He looked like he was ready for it. He was ready for it. He wasn't nervous. He wasn't sweating. He was just posed up like,
Let's get this shit done, man.
Solid.
yo, Ray, let me ask you this, right? You seen it. My son had the brass knuckles. Did it kind of throw you off at first that Adam was able to do the same moves as Zeus in the beginning until you started understanding why he was able to do it?
So until we actually found out what his actual ability was, right? Like I just kept giving it to made in my image, right? Like we're made in God's image. So I was just like, anything Zeus can do, Adam can do just as good, but not as good, but he can do it, right? So it's like when I saw they were going in like that, I was just like, all right, this is where it's at. But just to see how it unfolded, especially with the backstory to it, man, it's like they feared us so much. They feared man, their own creation, so much that they had to destroy us. They have to come up with reasons to destroy us and basically cheat us. It's crazy to me because if you look at it like, yeah, it's a show, but you see that even in today, like it be your own that tries to like take you down, and it's crazy, bro. It's super crazy.
I like what you said about that cheating part too. Go ahead, Taz. Do you?
I ain't gonna lie. When I was watching the Adam Zeus fight, something wasn't sticking with me because it was just like he's doing everything he's doing. So I'm like, yo, not gonna lie, it either got to do with 2 things. This man got the ability to reflect, or it had to do with like this nigga here can basically got a Sasuke and can use his Sharingan or something, and that's basically what it boiled down to.
He basically had mimic.
Right, you get what I'm saying? Basically at this point, he had unlocked his Sharingan, his Mangekyo. You know, he had EMS, and he was just fessing niggas. He was just fessing that boy Zeus up and hitting him with. It's like, how does it feel? And just to add on to what Ray was saying earlier, it's like a mirror, because in today's type of society, people hit you with things on a daily basis. And respectfully, everybody goes through things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then when they get hit
100%.
back, they're like, oh shit, this is what I've been doing.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or it's like, why'd you hit me type? And it's like, what you mean? Like, like the battle itself, bro. Like you could, it was almost weird that Zeus like intimidated Shiva the way he did. Like he really, like he was itching to. And that's another thing that
he
as
wanted
you watch
to get
the
in
series, as you watch the series, right? Like you start realizing why man has the flaws that they have. It's because the gods themselves are imperfect and violent, bro. You get what I'm saying? Every single one of the gods are BTA, dog. Like they all about violence and they love that shit. Like they get excited from it. Like they get excited from it. And it's like it's a weird psychology to see that, because it's like you always think of gods as exactly. You think of God as like, or a god as like a superior, like, well, like almost like Buddha. You would assume they're all like Buddha, but you find out Buddha's twisted as hell too. So it's like, yo, it gets like a little bit of a mind fuck as you're watching it. But like my final like thoughts on it, like where the Zeus and Adam fight left me, it just goes to show that like, yo, man's will is the strongest thing that is out there, because my man he didn't die falling, bro. He died like straight up hooking off. You know what I'm saying? And Zeus gave him props. He's like, yo, he died before I.
Bro, he didn't die just standing up. Just like you said, he was already dead, and with him being dead, he was still swinging.
He was still swinging.
He was like, the man was dead for 3 minutes. The man was dead for 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes around that area. And just wilding up. Do you not know how much determination, willpower, and not only that, like concentration on your goal you have to have for your spirit to leave. And your body is still like, fuck you, like,
yo, straight up.
And what's crazy that you say that, bro? That's exactly how I feel like life is for humans right now. I feel like some of us don't understand how strong our will actually is and what we could actually accomplish. Though, when you put in that work, well, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna brag on you a little bit, Trippy. When I hear how many videos Tripp is recording and how many different pieces to the organization he has going and he's still doing it, that shows man's will. Like some of us, we just sit down and we don't get up and we don't do what we got to do because we feel like life is too hard and this one's against me and that one's against me. But sometimes all it takes is you getting up and saying, fuck it, I'm about to get this done. That's what Adam was showing, bro. But that's what Adam was showing.
I don't know if y'all peeped game, but when they got into the backstory of Adam, now I'm a type of person where I'm a conspiracy theorist. I go into a lot. I want to check into the background of stuff. So, do y'all know about the Anunnakis? You've heard about the Anunnakis, right? The original guys that supposedly made us. So,
I've heard that.
You got the whole Garden of Eden, right? Supposedly, it's really called the Satan Garden of Eden. Then on top of that, you know how like in Ragnarok, remember how they had the serpent come and he was trying to do whatever to Eve? It's funny how I was watching the video earlier and I was putting 2 and 2 together to see if it translate. I'm watching this video. They're like the Anunnaki. You know, they had this powerful god named Enel or something like that. He was actually the leader of it, but he had a brother. Now the brother, he didn't want to despise and violate mankind at all. So he got tired of doing it. Come to find out, to sum it all up, the brother is actually what we call the snake, because he told Eve the truth so she could leave the Garden of Eden so they could be free, not be slaves. But it's funny though, because why is it that we hear different, but the Japanese, when they put this out, it kind of depicts that in a cartoon form.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So what's really right now? Like, do we really know history as we really do? That's why I really got to question all of this. That's why it's like, yo, this anime, this fight was different.
Yeah.
I definitely
Like,
can definitely say that. I definitely agree with you, but that's a whole nother can of worms. Because as
Don't worry,
Yeah.
we'll wait for next episode.
as a
Ain't gonna
as a
do none
whole
of that.
nother can of worms.
Well,
yo,
let
bro,
me let me
to be
briefly touch on a little. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Ray.
not just real quick, but like if you go back to like the courtroom scene, right? And you just see how like he comes through and he's just like, yo, fuck your rules, forget what you're talking about. Like, oh, like all she did was eat an apple, and you're saying it was wrong, right? And it's like it's such a watered down form of like of defiance, to where it's like you understand why they did what they did, and you can understand the other token of like, yo, you can have everything, just don't touch this. But even in the depiction, bro, the serpent like looks at her and like he belittles her. You get what I'm saying? Like he completely
Yeah.
disregards her as a human being, and like talks down on her, and it just shows you that like there's always been the consistency of jealousy amongst the gods or deities or whatever against man for whatever reason, bro. And it's crazy how like that always consistently sticks, and the way that they depict it in an anime, bro, I think that's pretty dope. It's really dope.
Another thing that was dope too was just like the Cain and Abel joint. Like they didn't switch that up. They still hated each other, but they were still brotherly love. Like,
But they were still brothers.
I love that. I love that. That was fire.
Yeah.
You see them
Yeah.
going like, shut up, bro. Dad, you better win. Shut up, bro. Like,
Yeah, calling
Yup.
him dad. Like
Yup.
the whole
Yup.
crowd started calling him dad, though. You peep
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
crowd, the whole
crowd.
Everybody started
Yeah.
calling him that, and like that's when you start looking at it, and it's like, yo, and not to like drift off, but even when you saw when COVID first happened, like that unity that people started having for each other, like when you understand
Yeah.
it's bigger than just you by yourself, and it's like that fed into his energy too to continue to do what he was doing. So that fight, it's crazy that they did it so early in the show, but it gets you in there like, okay, I gotta commit now. I
let
gotta
me ask you
finish.
this
So what's
though, bro.
crazy?
Had they not, and that goes to this goes to Ray and Q. Had they not did these in the beginning, would you really have watched this show after that? Because I'm gonna be bent. If they didn't do that fight, I probably would have like, nah, I don't want to watch this. That fight caught me, be like, I gotta watch the rest of the show.
Yeah. I enjoyed the Lobu fight. I did. I enjoyed the Lobu and the Thor fight. But that Adam fight is what hooked me. That was the fight, like I was like, yeah. Because it was just so good, and it was so much just in there too. There's so much just in there. You was talking about the brothers, right? And I realized, like, especially when it comes to culture, Japanese culture and American culture is so different. Like, it don't matter if I'm your son and I go away and some shit happen. If your mother or father calls you, especially when it comes to Japanese culture, when your mother or father come to your house, they show respect. It don't matter if we not messing with each other. It don't matter if we talking or we not talking. Like, they still, at the end of the day, we be coming together because we got some stuff that we got to handle. Us over here, though, we like to step on each other's necks. We step on each other's throats. We don't know how to look past, hey, me and you, we got something in common. Maybe I bet we fighting over here, but let's come together to handle this. You was talking about COVID, right? So during COVID, you know what happened when my man put his knee on, and I say all of our necks because that's how it felt to me during that little situation. We was able to come together for that brief moment, and look how powerful it was. And as soon as it was done and all the fight was over, everybody back to, which is what you don't see in Japanese culture. They keep their name, they rock with their family, they continue to build wealth together. We do everything separate, man. We do everything separate. So I love that they put that in there.
You know what's crazy too?
Just
that I think about, it's like, remember, this is a Netflix animated series, so this might not be Japanese. That's what makes it extra dope.
True.
Nah, but the certain fight scenes and the way that like the scenes, the cut scenes that they got, bro, and it had, I think I said this in the last video, like it has that old school feel to it, even though it's brand new. You get what I'm saying? And it's like to kind of piggyback off of Q's point, it's like American culture, bro. A lot of people won't tell you it's every man for themselves, and it's crab in a barrel mentality,
Facts.
like for real.
Yeah.
And it's like, to answer your one question, Trip, I honestly, I think the fights all individually have enough substance in them to where it's like you can kind of rock with it. But I think it would have been harder. Like if Zeus would have been like the third or fourth fight, I would have been like, okay, this is topping off good. Like, but the fact that they draw you in like that off rip, bro. Like, did y'all get through like season 2?
Yeah.
Finished the whole.
Yeah. I watched the whole thing.
The fact that
that's what I'm saying.
Like first, like second, not even first, because it was second. That's what made it fire, because every fight after that just got more wicked.
It got
That's what I'm saying. That's what. So like the fights in themselves have the substance to where like it can keep you like drawn in. But that Adam versus Zeus is like it puts it on to like, okay, I'm invested now.
Yeah, because they go up 2-0. They go up 2-0. Yep. So we like, nah. I gotta see what y'all cheated us on that one. Cause Zeus died 3 times.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna be 100 transparent. I definitely did not get as invested into the show after that fight. I'm not. It took
which fight?
Adam versus Zeus. Adam versus Zeus. Like, I'm not a sore loser, but I know I enjoy a good fight. And to be cheated like that, I'm not gonna lie.
Bro,
it really pissed me off.
Zeus like 5 times, son.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, it really pissed me off because a lot, like, to build off of what Q and Ray says, it's like, all right, American culture is exactly what it is. It's like crab in a barrel. The Japanese culture is the complete opposite. So to actually show that in an American style kind of anime, and then to be cheated out of such, it kind of just reinforced the stereotype for me. Because at the end of the day, you know, I had a conversation with somebody else, and Japanese people, you know, the Japanese culture, they have their great grandmoms living with them. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
On the side of my family, you know, my dad and my mother's side, you know, it was at a point they was in nursing homes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really, they not around. No one was around. So to see that, and then for the stereotype just to get reimbursed, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to get back into the show because it really pissed me off.
I'm gonna keep it a band.
That's real though.
I feel the same way as you, yo. Because like I said, Zeus died like 3 or 4 times in this motherfucker fight. Bro.
At least.
I get it was a fight to the death, but if my son is dead on the floor, came over, get rid of his body, he shouldn't have been here no more. But you know how the anime,
he even had the little yellow dots in his eye, no more nothing.
Come on, bro, come on. But then the one thing I can say about this fight that took me overboard was just the whole background story of what Adam and Eve. So I'm like, wait, y'all left Eden for this? Let me go do some more research to see. Because we all know when they write movies and cartoons, they ain't just putting this shit out here to be putting it out there.
Nah.
Let me go research.
They dug.
So then when I researched it, that's when I found out the whole Anunnaki joint, and then basically how the whole interpretation of it comes. But you know how that go. We ain't gonna get that far.
That's a can of worms no one is ready for right now.
Real no quick, one. Right? Like, y'all brought it up like a good point. Like, it makes you so mad, right? Like, that fight makes you so mad so many times, and it gets you excited because it's like, yo, they got a shot. That for the next one, bro. Like, when what pops off next, it's like, yo, I can't believe that, like, y'all really got me supporting, man. It's like, it makes you, like I'm saying, it gets you invested to where it's like, yo, I fucked with this guy. We're losing right now, but we need this win right now. We need this dub. And
we need this dub, bro.
I know what fight you talking about. That's not the next fight just yet. But when that fight come up, when we get there, that's going to be episode 4. Trust me. You would not believe that we had to sit there and actually be like, yo, I need you to win this shit. Because the person he's going against, bro, matter of fact, we'll give him a sneak preview. Nobody ever thought you had to sit there and be like, yo, I want Jack the Ripper to beat Hercules. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Got Jack the Ripper fighting for us? And what?
Never in life. Yeah, never in life. Yeah. But you there like, come on. Get him.
Yep. Yep. 100%.
Bro,
Was it
that
wrong
fight in
that
itself
I
was
fake
like
was
crazy.
rooting against him? Was it wrong?
What?
I'm not gonna lie. I was rooting against him. I was like, that's nothing different. That's
I
nothing
feel you.
different for a whole nother episode. But I was fake rooting against him. But then
You was about to start going in too.
when I saw it, I was like, you know what? Alright, he got a point. We need this W.
Need this dub, bro.
It just
And it's to 4, right? Or it's best out of 4.
it's the best
out of 7.
Nah, it's best out.
It's the same thing as an NBA season. First one is the
Yeah.
best out of 7, but the first one of 4.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like that's where it's just like, oh nah, like
Is it
we
7 or
booked right
12?
now.
We about to
It's
the
like,
last and final season they come out with is round 7. That's gonna be
Yeah.
we ain't gonna say that just yet.
We gonna get into that when we get into that.
I'm aware. But
Yeah.
just know it's crazy because when we get to the next episode and the following episode, this is when us as the humans, we go up and we tie it up 2-2.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then literally the next fight takes me for a loop because I look at it, I see who's going against each other. I'm like, yo, we lost. We fucking lost. It's like, there's no way. It's Poseidon is next. Poseidon.
Yeah.
Bro, the gods try to throw heavy hitters at us straight out the gate.
Yeah.
They said, yo,
Straight up off top.
Poseidon, Hercules, brother out yeah. Bro, they tried to
it wasn't no second tier gods. It wasn't no third tier gods.
Straight
it
air
was
and shit.
all first string. First string.
Yo,
That's who they was bringing out every time. It wasn't it was all heavy hitters. All heavy
Top
hitters.
tier.
It was
Top
wild.
tier.
Yeah.
Top tier.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, he was low key one of my favorite humans. This next fight that we got coming up.
Just think about
100%, bro.
That story,
right?
that storyline, we
got 3 fights we about to be into, right? This is only episode 2. We already said for the gods alone was Thor, Zeus, and then episode 3, when we come back next week, it's Poseidon. Yo, trying to air us out, bro.
Facts.
They're trying to straight shoot that shit.
They really try to TKO right off the rip.
Facts.
Right off the rip.
Facts. Yeah.
But I'm gonna give y'all a little spoiler alert. Remember, I said we went up 2-0. You thought the guy at the sea was gonna stop us? We don't even look at the sea no more. We went to space. You forgot? NASA said forget the sea. We ain't worried about that's why Poseidon got cooked like that. Stop playing with us, bro. Just keep swimming. Right? Keep swimming and swimming and swimming.
My son became sushi real fast. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Quick.
California roll. Good eats.
Yep.
Yo. Look, man.
Yeah.
It's not really much more we can say about this Adam and Zeus fight, but just know, as y'all watching it in the back, and even when you go on Netflix, remember, it is a Netflix series. You can watch it on Netflix again. It's called Record of Ragnarok. Make sure y'all get in tune. Of course, you see it in the back. You see the brawl. You see the brass knuckles. You see how my son Adam behind us is sitting there able to mimic everything Zeus does. And that's because why? Why is that? Because the gods forgot you made us like y'all. So you thought we couldn't do it?
Yeah.
Come on, y'all was gonna slip up eventually. That's like,
I'm not gonna lie. They forgot the Sharingan, y'all.
Yo, you gotta think about it like this, bro. There's no way in the world a deity is gonna make something that's supposed to be in his image. You think eventually he wasn't gonna mess up with 100 copies? Making 100 copies. You telling me not at least one of them you was gonna slip them and be like, damn, I running through everything in there and forgot I wasn't supposed to do that. Come on, bro.
Because you get on autopilot. You just like when you just
keep going and forget to keep double checking.
And then you forget you signed line 3 and 4.
It's their level of arrogance, bro. It's just like, because even you see Loki, right? Like Loki fills up the 2 wine glasses, and he even said, and it's like everything, and that's where it's like you start talking about frequencies and stuff, and it gets like a little deeper and stuff. But like you start seeing like 2 great forces going at each other like relentlessly with no end in sight, and it literally leaves you thinking like, yo, how far is it gonna go? And then like to see where it goes, and to see how it literally just 360s within itself. it keeps you engaged like the whole time. So it's like for me, I like when stories get like more complicated because then you have to start connecting dots,
Same.
right?
Same.
And it just keeps you linked into it to a point where it's like, yo, you know what? You start breaking it down and you start realizing what's gonna happen next, and then it completely throws you off. So it's like it's a constant like trying to figure out keep up what's going on. So it's like I don't know, man. This show is actually to get me back into anime. This was definitely the right one.
That's fact.
Yeah.
Man. For anybody that's never watched anime, I always tell y'all, like, if you want to just get a better breakdown of the world you live in today, Record of Ragnarok is the way you need to go. It will open your eyes up.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all want to be woke anyway. Y'all want to be telling us new stuff that we don't know. So how about you just go watch the anime series and you can just figure out everything by yourself. And the real reason why you stay woke is because you don't share those ideals and things. You're woke because you know. You don't need to tell the world that. You understand that?
Yeah.
But you start telling the world, that's how you end up like everybody else. Put curl like a half moon. Whoop, dead. Like, can't tell everybody everything. You feel me?
He ain't lying.
That is a big fact, man. But look, before we end this great ass episode, what's your final thoughts on just this fight alone? And what's your thoughts on just going into episode 3? Because you know Poseidon about to look, we already gave y'all the spoiler. Poseidon is done. We frying him up like a fish, you heard? He's done. We getting that first dub, all right? We getting that dub for humanity. But how y'all feeling about this?
I feel like I'm gonna be quick. I feel like I didn't like how much the gods wanted to win and how far they were willing to go. Like you could see Zeus is like, nah, hold back. I said I got this. Because he's like, yo, he's seen the lineup. He snuck the lineup. Said, hold on. Adam, I think I want that one. I don't think we matched up right. Let me go ahead and get this one. Let me jump in there right now and get this one. You know, he wasn't satisfied with, let me change it up a little bit so that it could stay in our favor. And still almost got his tail whooped. I think he got his tail whooped, but you know what I mean? That just to say
he died like 5 times.
Got his ass busted, bro. He got beat up, dog.
Yeah. It just show you. It just again, just to close off, you just see like as the show continues, you just see how far the gods are really willing to go just to get us out of there. You just see how far they're willing to go. So it keep you in tune. Just stay tuned for the next one. That's all I got.
Not gonna lie, this episode was a real blow. It's a real big ass cheat. Zeus lost. That's it. I'm always jacking that. I don't care what anyone has to say to me.
He lost 5 times. I'm not letting.
He lost 5 times.
Yeah,
5 to his own human copy machine that he made and got his own ass whooped. I don't like. I like the episode. I think it was good tailored. It was tailored perfectly. I think it was good at the fact that how they was able to really tug on everybody's emotions and heartstrings and stuff like that. But not jacking that. Not jacking the reestablishment, the reinforcement of all the BS. So this episode of me, I give it like a good 6 out of 10, 5.5. My son Adam is a straight 10. Zeus?
Doo-doo.
47.
I'll tell you that much. He ain't getting that.
Keep it real with y'all, bro. Like, the episode is great. It's a great episode. But like you said, Taz, like the way they just robbed us was pretty corny. But it makes you think, right? Like, because after you see that, like again, Loki even said it that Gramps was pushing it to his limit too. Like he was right there.
Yeah.
Like he basically, like they were both at the finish line. So it makes you wonder, and it kind of like it gives you a vision into what this battle is actually going to be, right? Because you think after the whole Thor and Lou, nothing, and then especially after Adam and Zeus, you're like, yo, nothing else is going to top this. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, right. You think you're done after that because, like, even Zeus's whole point of wanting to skip the line was like, yo, I'm gonna crush their spirits. and this is how I'm gonna do it by beating the first one of them. So it's like knowing that like we were that close and that we literally got cheated out of a win, like it makes you just, like I said, more invested to where it's like, yo, I gotta see where this ends up. And it's like, to be honest, if you continue to follow it, bro, you're gonna like the results. You're gonna like, bro. I think it's on fire. I think this show is on fire. To be real,
bro. I can't.
The show is definitely.
I can't wait
really dope,
bro. Because, come on, now it's common sense, right, for everybody that's watching. Before we end this out, now this is not even a spoiler. This is just called common sense. If Zeus fought, and we just told you that when we come back next week for episode 3, and that's the Poseidon fight, what brother is missing? What brother's missing?
Technically not a brother.
What brother is missing? We always was told that 3 brothers was together. It was Zeus, Poseidon. What's the one that's missing?
Yeah, you definitely right about that.
You got a king of the heavens, you got a king of the sea, but who's the king of the underworld?
Mr. Hades.
Don't worry, y'all. That last season that come out, extra spoiler alert, we got a whole season dedicated to a fight with Hades.
Yeah.
Break it up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Hades,
which is wild.
I'm not going to tell you who that last person is. But it's crazy, though. That's how iconic this shit is, because it's like, the last battle got to be Hades, though, of all people.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Do y'all catch yourselves, like, liking the villains more than the heroes, bro?
OD.
Yo, always.
OD.
Always.
Like, I'm over here, I'm like,